Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, Kelly and Mark Official, and new video. I hope everyone is well and having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. I have been sitting in that chair every morning for more than 20 years, bringing people into our lives and in many respects letting them into my own. I have been doing this for almost 20 years. At the beginning of my hosting career, I never imagined that it would become such a significant component of who I am now. It was exciting, packed with unexpected twists and turns, and at times it was a little too much to bear. With the passage of time, however, it eventually turned into my rhythm, my habit, and something that seemed as natural to me as breathing. I find myself thinking about time more and more now that a significant amount of time has gone, in a manner that is not dramatic, but rather one that is calm and deliberate. Time passes slowly, and then all of a sudden, you become aware of how much time has passed since you last looked at it. TV has been a constant throughout my life. As the host of our show, I have been responsible for taking care of my family. Because I've shared so many personal milestones with our audience, it feels as though we've been on this journey together the whole time. It is because of this that the mere thought of leaving causes me to feel annoyed. Leaving your job is not the only option available to you. It's about letting go of something that has played a significant role in my adult life up until this point. People tend to get anxious whenever I bring up the possibility of slowing down or looking into what's going to happen next. I am aware of this. I can determine that based on the responses that others have given. However, these thoughts do not cause me to feel low. It is about cultivating gratitude and evolving as a person. Even now, I can vividly recall the first few days I spent there. My heart was brimming with joy and passion, and I wanted to demonstrate that I was a part of that community. In the course of time, the show evolved, and I did as well. My role on the show expanded from that of a new co-host to that of an important contributor. I've had conversations that I know meant something to people watching at home, experienced laughter that still make me grin, and worked with incredible people. I've also had the opportunity to work with great people. Mark's participation in the show brought about a difference in the way things were carried out, which was both novel yet recognizable at the same time. As a result of having my partner serve as a co-host, the show came off as more genuine than I had ever anticipated it would. The fact that some of the topics that we discuss at home wind up being showcased on the show has been a wonderful treat. We are now able to have conversations about our marriage, our family, and our day-to-day lives in a manner that is more authentic. I'm still a person, despite the fact that I am experiencing so much joy. In my mind, I contemplate what is to come. It makes me ponder what it means to have spent such a significant portion of my life in a single role. As I do so, I find myself pondering the implications of transitioning into a new phase of my life. It is not as if these ideas have appeared out of thin air. There has been a gradual accumulation of them over the course of time, particularly because I am aware of how quickly life moves. People have a tendency to get the impression that when someone like me talks about change, it indicates that a significant event is about to take place. In actuality, the situation is more personal and reflective. There is no farewell on my part. My departure will not be a dramatic one. The thing that I am doing is allowing myself to contemplate the concept that nothing is permanent and that it is healthy to acknowledge that this is the case. I feel a great connection to the show as well as to the people that are watching it. There is a persistence of the connection across time. Whenever I start to think about the future, it does not disappear by itself. By doing so, I am able to appreciate each and every moment more. As I make my way onto that set each morning, I am reminded of how fortunate I am to have been a part of something that has played such an important role in the lives of so many individuals. In addition to this, I reflect on my family and the life that we have created for ourselves apart from television, given that my children are now older. When I think about how quickly time passes, I am reminded of how quickly they are going their separate ways. When they were younger, they were required to continually balance their daily lives at home and at work. I am now in a position to give greater consideration to the next phase of my life and how I would like it to unfold. Since a very long time ago, hosting has been a significant component of who I am. It is something that I adore and am quite proud of. Having said that, I am also curious about the other things that life might have in store for me. It's not because you're miserable that you have this interest. It stems from a fundamental requirement to continue making progress and undergoing transformation. I am aware that it may be challenging for you to listen to me talk about taking a step back at some point in the future. Many individuals have been observing for a considerable amount of time. As a result of the fact that they have allowed me to enter their homes each morning, we have grown older together in many different ways. As a result of the fact that it feels like the loss of a routine that everyone is accustomed to, change can be difficult. I have got it all. In addition, I want people to be aware that regardless of what occurs in the future, it will originate from a place of love and gratitude for everything that we have accomplished together. This vacation is not something I take for granted. That has not been done by me. Every bit of laughter, every interview, and every moment that we were able to connect has meant a great deal to me. It is also liberating to be honest with both myself and the audience we are speaking to. To suggest that I shall remain seated in that chair for the rest of my life would not be truthful. Life continues on. A person's size increases. There are new opportunities available. Even if I am aware of what is taking place, that does not indicate that I will be departing tomorrow. Simply put, it indicates that I am open to the possibility that I could want to move at a different pace at some point in the future. When that day eventually arrives, I want it to feel like a celebration, regardless of when that day really arrives. It is my hope that it will demonstrate how content and thankful I am to having spent so many years doing something that I consider to be rewarding. People should remember the laughter, the conversations, and the sense of belonging to a community that we all shared. I want them to remember all of these things. To this day, I am still present. Even now, I continue to show up to the show every morning with the same level of enthusiasm and commitment that I have always had. When I think about the conversations we have, the guests we have, and the connection we have with our audience, I am still filled with excitement. There has been no change at all in it. At this point, I am more open to having candid conversations regarding the future. This kind of honesty is really important, in my opinion. It enables us to have pleasure in the here and now, while also keeping in mind that life is in a constant state of flux. It serves as a reminder that even the most enjoyable aspects of life eventually come to an end. When I think about the future, it is not because I want to leave something behind. Rather, it is because I am thankful. I want my followers to understand that this is the reason I am thankful. Over the course of more than 2 decades, I have been fortunate enough to be able to engage in a line of work that not only brings me joy, but also connects me with people from all over the world. Never in my life will I take that lightly. Consequently, when I tell people that I might leave at some point in the future, I hope they comprehend what I mean. It is not a farewell at all. It's just a thinking regarding the passage of time, the process of maturation, and the progression of life. Whatever the future holds, I am certain that the time we spent together will forever be one of the most significant periods of my life. This is something I am certain of. In addition, I am grateful for each and every moment that I am able to spend sitting in that chair each and every morning. I have always believed that we ought to be truthful with the people who are watching us. From the very first day that I appeared on daytime television, I made a solemn vow to myself that I would never, ever pretend to be someone that I am not. The individuals who have, for such a long time, allowed me to enter their homes are deserving of the truth. In light of this, I approach discussions regarding the future of the program or my professional life from a perspective that is both genuine and emotive. In recent times, I have started giving more careful consideration to the next step. My reason for leaving is not because I am dissatisfied or because I want to leave, but rather because life has a way of reminding you that things are constantly changing. Something that you have been doing for more than 20 years and that you have a passion for becomes a part of who you are. Your way of life, the way you connect with other people, and even the way you perceive the world are all altered as a result of this. At the conclusion of such a lengthy chapter, it is only normal to get emotional when you consider what can occur in the following chapter. When I say those things out loud, I am aware that they can cause people to feel anxious. I was reading the news. I am aware of the inquiries. People are beginning to speculate about whether or not I will be leaving the program or whether or not I am getting set to retire. In all honesty, I'm just allowing myself to accept the fact that life is constantly changing. I believe that it is of the utmost importance to keep in mind that even the most significant events that occur to us will, in the end, lead to the opening of new doors. The fact that I am allowed to present this show is without a doubt one of the most wonderful things that has ever occurred to me. Every morning, I get the opportunity to engage in conversations with my audience, make jokes with my co-host, and engage in relationships that are genuine and not artificial. It is not easy to find a connection of that kind. By no means do I take it for granted. There are times when I find myself sitting in that chair and reflecting on how incredible it is that this has been my daily existence for such a long time. However, I am also a believer in development. I feel that it is important to pay heed to the still, small voice that resides inside you and asks, what else could possibly be out there? The tone of that voice does not come from a place of rage anywhere. Thinking about things and being intrigued about them are the sources of it. As someone who has been employed in the same position for several decades, it is natural to be curious about what the next phase of your life will be like. As of late, I've been experiencing a lot of feelings of emotion for the future. This journey has been quite significant to me, and it is not because I am saying farewell that I am saying goodbye. In my mind, I think about all of the mornings that we have spent with our audience, the moments that we smiled, the times that we were startled, and even the times when we had to put in a lot of effort to get through are all things that come to mind. I am the person I am now because of those experiences. Utilizing Mark as a collaborator has elevated the quality of this encounter. Being hosts together has provided us with the opportunity to share our authentic lives with the public in a manner that is authentic. There is a significant amount of overlap between the topics that we discuss on the air and the topics that we discuss in our private lives. I place a high significance on the fact that viewers have developed a deep connection with me as a result of that feeling of honesty. On top of that, the fact that this show is more than simply a job makes the concept of change feel more tangible. This event is a part of the history of our family. It is not a decision that I am making when I suggest that I might begin a new chapter at some point in the future. Simply put, I am stating that life continues on. Every one of my children is now an adult. They are directing their own lives and pursuing their own objectives all on their own. Observing youngsters embark on their journeys into the future has prompted me to reflect on my own. At this point in one's life, this is a typical event that occurs. I can understand why my admirers get anxious whenever I speak in such a manner. A great number of people have been on my side from the very beginning. As a result of the thoughts and stories that people offer, I have witnessed their own development, and they have witnessed mine. The fact that you have questions about the show that is continuing on without me is quite normal because it has become a part of their everyday lives. People are curious about how it would feel and what it would mean for the future of something that they have become accustomed to. That I have a strong connection to both this show and our audience is something that I want the viewers to be aware of. The fact that I am taking into consideration the future does not indicate that the link is no longer present. This makes me appreciate each and every moment that we spend together even more. I am reminded to be present in the moment and to take pleasure in the activities that we undertake together. It's possible that being open and honest about these feelings will also help you feel more powerful. Many individuals have the impression that they are required to maintain a particular image. Thus, I think it is important to be truthful and acknowledge that we all go through periods of introspection and transformation. Despite the fact that you have mentioned the prospect of a new chapter, it does not necessarily indicate that the current one will come to an end tomorrow. What it really means is that I am allowing myself to contemplate what my life might be like in the years to come. I frequently reflect on how fortunate I am to have devoting a significant portion of my life to activities that I take pleasure in. That is not something that can be said by everyone. Every day, not everyone is ecstatic about the work that they perform when they wake up. I am able to keep that sense of gratitude with me throughout each and every day. In addition to this, it gives the concept of transitioning to a new phase a sense of significance and emotional resonance. If I ever make the decision to change my path, I want it to be because I am content rather than because I am depressed, because I don't want it to seem like an end. I want it to feel like a natural part of the trip. And most importantly, I want it to demonstrate how much I value the people who have been there for me during this incredible adventure. At this moment, I am still concentrating on the here and now. In each and every morning, I continue to bring the same level of energy and attention to the show. My excitement continues to be heightened whenever the cameras are activated and we resume our conversation and laughter. There has been no change at all in it. One thing that has altered is the degree to which I am willing to discuss the future. I believe that it is of the utmost importance to be truthful about the reality that life is constantly changing. Every once in a while, we all find ourselves beginning to contemplate what lies ahead. I believe that experiencing sentiments is a natural and inevitable element of becoming older and maturing. It is my sincere wish that those who watch would get that the thoughts that I have originate from a place of love and gratitude. Because it has been a part of my life for such a long time, this show has provided me with more than I could ever express in words. The relationships I've developed, the experiences we've shared, and the connection we've established with our audience are things that I will always have a deep appreciation for. As I look ahead, I do not consider uncertainty to be anything that should cause me to feel fear. I see it as something that should be accepted because life is full of unexpected opportunities and surprises. I believe that it is important to be open to whatever that life may throw at me. I am aware that every action will be motivated by gratitude for the journey that we have taken together, regardless of whether that means continuing to serve in this capacity for a significant number of years or finally attempting something different. Throughout the years, I would like to express my gratitude to everyone who has followed, supported, and helped me improve. Since your presence has been present, the significance of this event has increased. Regardless of what occurs in the future, the connection that we share will forever be a component of who I am. In addition, as I continue down this path, taking things one day at a time, I do so with gratitude in my heart and excitement for what is to come. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our Kelly and Mark Official YouTube channel for more updated